Hello and welcome to Training at 45. Glad to see you here, and thanks to new subscribers to the channel. It's great to have you all on board. So it's been a while since I've posted a workout video. I can assure you I've been training still relentlessly, hitting it maybe 2 or 3 times a week. So we're kind of doing a workout, then having a couple of days off, or maybe even 3 days depending on other things happening in my schedule, and then getting back to it. So a lot's happened in that time. I've been following the Steve Reeves diet and his training principles, and it's working really well for me. I think I weighed myself before I started all of this, and I was roughly sitting around 94 kilos, now 97.5, and actually seem to be leaner as well. So things are going in the right way there, and the weights are gradually going up as well. I've changed around a lot of different exercises, but also I've had to make some modifications because I had an MRI done on my back, because I've had a long history of back issues, and it turns out I've actually got 3 herniated discs all around one sort of area in the lower back, and that is a bit of a risk because it's potential threat to the sort of spinal cord and things like that. I don't know all the technicalities of that, but basically just need to be careful, but at the same time keep moving. And actually I feel better than I did before I've had all the MRI and stuff. So I think just keeping training and keeping moving is helping me. The problem is I'm now awaiting surgery for that. I'm not sure if I really want to go through with that or not, but I'm going to just keep persevering. I've made some modifications, mainly to the lower body exercises, just to absolutely be sure I'm not going to put that back at any threat. So a lot more slower in some of the movements, and absolutely concentrating on form with those. And then for the upper body stuff, just making sure I'm braced really. But you know, we're all getting older, we have to get around things, and also some shoulder issues appeared over the last month or so, but I've now sort of eradicated them, and I think I put that down to the Viking press kind of at a neutral position. I think it was just putting a little bit of pressure on the shoulder. So I've switched to the normal position now, and I'm just going to progress it from there. We've developed a number of other exercises which I can show you today. So just going to do my warm-up and we'll get into it. The first move is going to be the Viking press in a seated position. Okay, I've got 10 last time. See if we can smash that. So I'm trying to apply a bit of a rest pause to make sure I've absolutely maxed out the set. So I just got 12 there, so that's another 2 reps on last time, so that's a really good gain. We're also just trying to see if I can do a partial rep to know I've absolutely finished myself, because we're just doing 1 set per exercise. Man, that was tough. Next is going to be a lying side lateral. It's kind of a bit of an invention I've come up with, again, to prevent cheating, doing sort of standing laterals, and setting up cables was loads of hassle. So I kind of like this variant, so we'll get the reps done on this. So I'm sort of locking my feet in as I do this to stop the pulleys coming across, and then crossing the pulleys over to do the move. Now I have the cables close together. Let's get into a rear delt fly. Wow, burns the rear delts up. Okay, next going to be working chest. So we've got a trio of exercises, starting with the Viking press. That's set up for warm-ups now. Really like this exercise because it keeps the back completely stable. It takes all the leg drive out of the movement, so it's just chest, and it's a nice fixed range of motion. So there's a bit less of tricep involvement with it, it's more sort of chest. We're then moving on to dips on an upright bench with the cables, so they're converging in the middle there. So that then brings the sort of arms further back and really isolates the chest nicely. Then our last movement will be flies on the fence, the bench in the middle. So I'm going to bring them in, and that gets harder the closer you get to the center of the movement. Okay, so we're loaded up. See if we can nail this. I find the best positions if I get my bridge of my nose just there against that part of the bar, about the right place. Make sure my head's supported. Oh yeah. So that was one more rep than the last workout, and we added another rest pause as well. Right, straight onto the dips now. So that's the shoulders and the chest done. Sun beating down already. Now move on to the back. So we're going for a wide row with the cables. I've got the bench set up at a 45-degree angle, braced against this wooden board so it can't move forward, and the bottom of the bench is just weighted down a bit as well. So I've just invested in these lifting straps now just got them from Amazon. They're called Evo or something like that. Nice grips on them, and they've really skyrocketed my back training, because I found that my grip was giving out and I was putting too much sort of bicep and forearm into it rather than actually training the back. And now my back is sore for ages after I've been doing my back training, even just from one solid set on each exercise. So I'm going to lash these up, get the timer going, and get this set of back done. Also, I've moved back towards this move, which is kind of like equivalent of a lat pull down really, but with a wide sort of neutral grip. And I find lying forward, it eliminates me cheating and also any sort of downward pressure on my back. So in fact, I get a nice stretch in the other direction as I'm doing it, so it's a win-win. Also, taking the shirt off stops me sort of slipping forward on the bench as well. That's good. Okay, now for the bench the other way around, 45 degrees. I'm going to row this way. Let's get the timer on. So on that set I started wide, got about 8 done, then moved in close, straight back into the rest of the set, just slightly easier like that, then had a quick pause, and then got a few more reps out. Okay, we're now on to biceps, using the cables again. Got the 2 lower pulleys, I'm going to be pulling the handles to lift this plate up in the middle. I love this bicep curl version. I find you can't be cheating by trying to throw your back around or anything, and it adds that extra little bit of tension at the top because of the cable. Alright, start the timer. Try and do strict reps as I can. Nine plus 1. Now I'm going to use the same setup but move to like a standing curl with my arms kind of like behind. Can't see it very well. I was doing like a seated version of this, but it was just getting too much, like with the dumbbells, and I found that just the first reps I could barely feel them, and then it was all just about the last couple of reps, whereas with this it's a bit more linear. You feel it slowly building through the set. Okay, going to now do close grip bench press with the Viking press, and then we're going to do reverse grip EZ bar tricep push down, and then I'm going to swap the grip round when I fatigue with it. Right. So I went down, supinated, pronated, and then come in. Oh, it's a great tricep move, that is. Okay, we'll now move on to legs. We'll be starting with the vertical leg press, then the squat with the belt, leg extension, leg curl, and then calves. Okay, so with my back, I've taken a new strategy with the leg press. I'm making sure there's absolutely no rounding at the bottom, but I'm using like a 5-second descent, holding for 2 seconds at the bottom under tension, then smashing the weight up. I've been watching the Renaissance Periodization channel, if I've said that right, Mike Israetel, and watched a leg training session, and they were adopting that with belt squats and various other leg exercises, and it seemed really brutal, and he didn't need to put as much weight. Got a fair amount of weight on here, but nothing dramatic. I did work up to probably about 160 kilos or so for 20 reps on this, but with this I'm actually feeling it more in the legs, despite it being perhaps hot, just over maybe a third of the weight or something. So yeah, let's do this set. It's going to be brutal. Go for 20 reps. Come on, one more. Try for some more reps. I had visions of doing like a rest pause set. Oh, there's just no chance. No chance. Right, belt squat then. Got our bar set up, lifting shoes on with a heel and a safety block. I'm going to come down to the block, 5 seconds, 2 seconds pause, and back up again. Just threw 3 standard reps in at the end. That's fatiguing, that is. Okay then, leg extension. I'm leaning back on a board just so I can stretch the leg a bit further. Do slow reps. Yeah, got 16 of those slow reps. I think about 5 fast ones, another pause, and another 3. Okay, we'll now go to seated calf raise. So I've got a resistance band and wrapped it round the leg curl machine. Got the weights on as well. I'll put my knees on these pads and I'll be able to do some calf raises. So there we go then, that's another workout done and dusted. Absolutely shattered now. Pushing every one of these sets now to the limit. Certainly needs a fair bit of recovery, but it's worth it. I'm seeing strength gains still from workout to workout and just modifying things up a little bit. Some different exercises. So I hope your training's going well. It's time for a rest. The sun's blazing again today. Enjoying this British summertime. So until the next time, keep training. 45.